So they wanted to check up on that, which I understand and I appreciate. So they wanted to check for breathing first. So I had to go there for some breathing testing. If you've ever done that, if they're high tech enough, they're going to have you breathing into a tube, and not blowing, but with your mouth open. So everything is done like that into this tube, and they're looking at everything on the computer, and you can see it as you're there, which is somewhat entertaining because you try to do what you can. You want to see what it's doing. So I went through all that, and they said that I am above normal for my age. Ah, okay, so that's good. All right? After a half an hour of sucking air and breathing, um, different, amount, different this, different that, blah 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 blah, boom boom. Um, but anyway, you just sit there, and I'm looking out the window, I'm looking at the thing, and I'm breathing into this machine. Then he takes me over to the doctor, Polly. Uh, I'm gonna think she was maybe late 40s, mid to late 40s. Been pleasant so far. Everybody that was at that place in North Haven, Yale, they were all smiling. I kept saying to them, "Are you programmed for this, or would you really like to tell me to go f off?" you know, no, no. I said, "So you're really programmed?" Yeah. Well, you can thank my mother. Good answer. But they were all really good like that. So anyway, I see Polly. She comes in and she's looking. She says, "Well, I seen that thing shrunk more." From well, that's good. Yeah, that's a good thing. So we know we're okay. She says, "You could have done something where it went down the wrong pipe." So I said, "Well, I think I can tell you what it is. I think. What is it?" So I was telling her how I was eating a piece of corn off the cob, and baby had jumped up on me, and I kind of went, and I felt a piece of corn, a couple pieces actually, but I coughed up a couple, um, go down, and it felt like it was over here, and that's right about where it was. And again, if it was a piece of corn, it's something that would eventually, and it's gone. That's a strong, strong possibility. She says. So at that point, we talked for half an hour, and just bullshitted about different ways. She explained things to me. We talked, talked about her mom. We talked about my problems. I mean, it was just a good conversation, but yet a physical at the same time. They're checking my lungs and all that kind of stuff. So it was pleasant. However, that took up almost 2.5 hours of the day because I had to be there too. It's close to a half an hour away, depending on how I go. If I take the highway, it's close to a half an hour away, 20 minutes anyway. If I take the back roads, I can get there in 10. But anyhow, I get back home and I put the hook on the bucket, so that's done. But by that time, it was starting to get dark. So I said, I'm just going to go in. I'm not going to start working on that out there. Even though I got all these lights on the tractor, if I need them, I don't want to start working out there. So I kind of let it be. So that's the way it's been. Now, the camera. I still have mixed emotions, and I can still send it back. Um, the problem being that I find, when I went to Milford, I had it sitting on the dash, on a plate that I have there, and a little bit of a slope. Um, and it was good. Did a nice job. So I turned it on going to North Haven, because if you're going to North Haven, I haven't been there in a few years. Let me see what's going on. And I'm going to come back to back roads, so it may have been interesting, for everybody. More so for me, because I was in places I haven't been in a while, but whatever. So I had the camera. The camera shook like crazy. Now, not that I seen it. I didn't see it shaking, but there's no stabilization on this camera. Now, why was it good Tuesday when I went to Milford? Basically the same type of roads. One's 95, 191. Not 191, but one is 91. Um, but it's like all the way up and all the way back. I don't believe this. Oh, huh? Was I not on the plate properly? It was a magnetic type plate, so it can stick. So Was the plate not sitting right? I mean, what could it have been? I don't know. But today I was looking at it, and again, there's no stabilization uh, on this camera. So I tried a few more settings. I have it on there now. So I'm just bullshitting with you about what's going on and what went on for two reasons. Just to bullshit with you. The second is I want to see how it works with the new settings. I set it for 5K. It has 5K, 4K, and it continually goes down, 1080 and all that kind of shit. But I figured let me start at 1, and I'm just going to go in order and see what happens. And change different things as I go along. So I made some changes to it. Is that going to help with the stabilization? No. Is it going to help with the field of view? Possibly, because I have no adjustment for that. So possibly I can do it with that. The camera does give good audio. It's sensitive. It does, in my opinion, give a good picture. I like it because the screen flips around the other way so I can see what's going on. I like it for all that. I like the weight. It just feels and looks like a good camera. But the field of view kind of bothers me a little bit. And now that vibration, that's going to kind of take it away if I'm going to be able to use it as a dash cam. Now, I do have a dash cam in this truck. But this one's much easier because I can just pop it out, plug it into the computer. And I usually run the other one all the time anyway, so if I need anything there, I can just take it off, take the chip out and do it. And that, I might be able to make that a little bit easier too, because that's also Wi-Fi. So if that'll Wi-Fi into the house, which is about 30 feet to the computer, I have a Wi-Fi stick I can stick into the computer to give me more. It's around here someplace. Oh, it's in the office. The office. It's in the radio room. I can just leave it set on that. So when I get home, boom, there it is. When I go in the house and I do turn the computer on, or here, it'll probably work better here because it's direct line of sight. There's really no walls in the way. Where in the house there's the outer wall and there's a center wall. So, but at that point, that's where I'm at. So, what I want to do real quick is get something going here. So I'm going to, and I got to get another USB, because if this one works up here, that one works over there, the holding brackets. I'm going to need a USB for over here. And I have them all over the place. I just don't know where the hell they're going. All right, so let me find something that's going to give me less. I want probably, see, this is saying bing, 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 9 volt, 4 batteries. That's what we have here. So that's 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 volts there. So 9 volts would be more than enough to charge that. So let's take this back there. Let's take this piece off just in case I need to put the adapter on something. And let's go back there and grab a 9, which should be really easy.